heck of a setup there to bake all them turkeys.
Yeah, what up?
What time you guys came?
What time?
We were here at 7:30.
Yeah,
7:30
7:30 this morning.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, we've been here for a minute.
Wow.
Yep, but it's all good, man.
Yes.
It's dope.
Yep.
All well
I
worth
get
it.
to go home and take a hot shower and get a snack and
Get
pet
the
my
grease.
dog and put my kids to bed tonight. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
right?
I'll stand out here for hours more yet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of these people don't have a place to go.
No,
Yeah,
no,
that's
some
it.
of them are literally gonna stay
great
here.
'cause,
You know what I mean? And
Me and my girl just rolled around like randomly, just doing like food that we had left over, and then we came over here, and there's a couple of them sleep right here.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, when we rolled in this morning, we were waking them up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I showed him yesterday what those pieces of cardboard were for.
Yeah. Keep
That's so
okay.
their butt's not on the cold concrete.
Yeah.
Yep.
Probably don't keep it completely
I actually
warm, but it helps a little bit.
I wrote down like sometimes like if I got an idea or something, like, I write it down and I keep it there for man long until I feel like I can do it. But I got a real good plan that I think can help homelessness. Like
Yeah.
I feel you guys in on it, but
Okay.
I think
Yeah.
it'd be real because there's I can say there's efficiencies everywhere. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So they're normally like $100 a week. So between so many different community organizers and businesses, like we can afford to get $100 a week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like even if I know I can give $20.
Right.
I know maybe out of a week you can give $20
Yeah.
Yes.
to take somebody off of the street. But it's just like how are they going to like after a certain amount of time?
Yeah.
How are they going to?
Exactly.
But that's where.
Yeah. How do you determine if they're
Right,
helping
yeah.
themselves or not?
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
That's the tough part.
Yes. Are we live? Waiting
getting
on
ready
you.
to.
I thought we were live that whole time. I'm just kidding.
It could have been right.
Yeah. Let's go.
What's going on, everyone? I'm Chris Baker.
And I'm Ty Backer.
Welcome to episode 100 of Behind the Tool Belt with TC Backer Construction. We are live at 24 South Penn Street for the second annual 21 Turkey Salute.
Amazing.
This year's the 22 Turkey Salute.
That's right.
We got our man, the legendary York City legend,
That's
Wayne
right.
Scott.
Thank you guys for having me.
We talk about him a lot. If you guys have been following
Yeah,
us
we do.
for these 2 years, coming up on 2 years now.
Yeah, man.
We finally got my man in studio here. He was supposed to be on our very first episode, actually.
Yeah.
And here he is on episode 100.
Yes.
So,
Finally. It only took 99 shows to get him here.
I know, right?
Yeah.
But honestly, I'm almost glad that it did take this long because
too.
we've really gotten our shit together. since
We
then.
have.
Yeah.
We totally have.
So,
Yeah, thank God.
So behind us, apologize for the noise, guys, but behind us right now, we got the whole TC Backer family, the volunteers. We got Penn Street shut down. They're all dishing out plates to anyone that came down.
Yes.
So real quick, I just want to let everyone know, give everyone the details if you have not seen it yet. We're down in between in between Market and Mason Avenue at 24 South Penn Street. We are giving out turkey dinners tonight. We're going to be here until supplies run out, 6, 7 o'clock, something like that.
That's right.
Anyone, it doesn't matter your political views, your color, your skin.
Everybody.
Whether you're nice, you're mean, don't matter. I don't care. Come
Yeah.
down here, everyone. The only thing that we all have in common is nobody should be eating by themselves on Thanksgiving. Everyone should have a full belly and be thankful for something. So,
That's right.
Come down and get a plate. We got pie, we got turkey, we got stuffing, we got corn, we got mashed potatoes, we got biscuits, we got water, coffee. You name it, we got it. Come down and get a plate.
That's right. That's right. So, like Chris said, even if you're on the naughty list, come on down here. So what happened was we did 21 last year. We did 22 today. Ed Weinstock was here. Fox 43's been here. York Media something was here. I did a couple interviews. I don't know how well I did, but hopefully I did okay on them.
100 episodes of Behind the Tool Belt probably helps that.
It
man.
did help. It did. Plus, I'm in a 60-day content challenge, so
Right.
yeah. So that's definitely been helping. But I mean,
Right.
really, I've been sprung the question so many times today. Why?
Right.
Why? I really can't tell
Why
you
not?
why. Yeah, I think there was so much going on last year, and it was like so much negative stuff, and it was like we wanted to do something.
First year I had ever had deep fried turkey when you
Right.
guys were here.
Can't do it any other way, man.
Yeah. Oh my
It's,
God.
it's amazing.
I can't eat no other way no more.
Yeah.
No, it's so
Fried
good.
only.
It's so good. Now I'm not gonna try it at home. I don't want to burn my house down. I've seen too many of those YouTube videos.
Yeah. Driveway. That's definitely driveway
Yeah.
material right there, man.
Right.
So, Pastor Joel, I got a question for you, real
Yes,
quick,
sir.
man. I'm not gonna, pick you apart with too many questions here. But last year, was our first one. We mentioned it a little bit ago. We had a couple different venues that we had planned that kind of fell through. All the unknowns that were going on last year. Why were you so quick to be like, come here, just come here and do it? We'll figure it out. Why were you so quick to allow that to happen?
I mean, that's allow it to happen. No, we were thankful to have you here. I mean, we try to do as much as we can in the community. That's who we are as a church. We talk about we're community focused, Christ centered. Diversity celebrating, inclusive congregation. Our welcome statement you can find on our website, unionlutheran.org. It's truly about inclusion. We don't care who you are, where you're from, what you look like, who you love, how you identify. Everybody is welcome because God welcomes all. And our mission is to be in the community. We want to be a community church. We know our neighbors know us, and we love working with partners. And to have you guys say, hey, we want to give away turkey meals.
Yeah.
We're going to make it happen.
Right,
why not? Why wouldn't you? I don't understand why places said no, to be honest.
That's how I look at it.
Come on. And this is just absolutely amazing. We're able to work together to get the street shut down. I think next year we're going to try to get more stuff out here for kids and families later in the day when their school's done.
Stuff and honestly, any business owners out there, anyone that's in the community of York, not even necessarily just the city. If you live in York County, you should be a part of this, man.
Right.
My 10-year goal that I've been telling people, my 10-year goal is to have this thing so big that I apologize, Pastor Joel, but I'd like to not even be able to hold it here.
No, it's going to be here.
Let's
be here.
Let's rent the York Fair out. So big. Even if we got to, maybe
we can go 2 blocks if we need to.
Right. But I want to have it just so big that everyone just knows. Every year, the 21 Turkey
I'll tell you what you do.
A staple of York.
I'll tell you what you do, and this is an exciting thing for us as a congregation. Not a lot of people know this yet. There was a congregation on the east side of town, 700 East Market Street, that had to close, and they kind of merged into us. So we now have 2 locations.
Nice.
And so it's got a big parking lot. It's on the east end of town. It's a mile and a half the other way. So what you do, you don't need one big location. You need 2 locations. So what you do, and we'll work on when you get big enough, is we'll have a location here, and we'll have a location on the east side of town.
That's a good idea.
And now we got everybody in the city that can come and get free turkey.
Yeah,
they don't have to walk a couple miles to get here.
It's crazy that he says that because some of the events that I do, I always get offered to take them out of the city.
Right.
Or go to a bigger establishment, and I always refuse it.
Right.
But I want to go to Penn Park.
Right.
I want to go to BYC Field. Places that people can walk to easily and enjoy themselves. So what he said is 100% right. It started here, it should stay here.
Yeah, come on in, man. This is very, very low key and not as, I don't even want to say scripted as it normally would be in the studio. We're just kind of going on the fly here.
Right.
This is
best.
episode 100, man.
Right.
This is episode 100. We've done this for 100 weeks, man. This really is.
This is episode 100?
Yeah.
Episode 100.
Man.
Perfect.
I'm like famous now.
Look, we came in on the right time, right?
What's crazy is we started this 100 weeks ago.
Yeah.
What's the chances that 100 episodes was going to fall today?
That's awesome.
You know what I mean? Like this, we do it every Wednesday.
Well,
Yeah.
you guys,
Here it is Wednesday,
Right.
100 weeks in.
And you guys had me on last year, right before, right after.
Right.
And it was an awesome opportunity to be online, share a little bit about the church.
Yeah.
We have and the people who want to get involved, we always got stuff going on here at the church. We always got, we do a free breakfast every second Saturday of the month. If there's a 5th Saturday, we do it then. We got the Well Food Pantry, which is, we'll talk about that in a second, which is one of the best food pantries in the city of York. And TC Backer and their crew came together with other businesses and people. I don't know if you heard about this. Last May, because Ty was saying, hey, we got to do something. Once a year is not enough. We got to do something else. And I said, well, to be honest, food pantries always suffer over the summer. Right. Food pantries are going to suffer a little bit come February, March as well. So for those of you listening, everybody thinks about, I want to volunteer and I want to give now because it's Thanksgiving or Christmas. We really need you in February, March. We really need you over the summer.
Outside of the holidays.
Right.
Because everybody wants to help out today, and that's
everyone's
wonderful.
in the giving spirit this time of year.
Right.
But truly, you want to make a real difference. Show up when nobody else is looking.
Yeah.
Show up when nobody's watching. So anyway, Ty and the crew, they said, you know what, we want to do something. I said, let's do a food drive. Fill a truck. Well, they filled a truck.
Nice.
And
we filled that box truck over there, man, like 5,000 pounds of food.
Exactly.
It was crazy.
A couple tons of food and a few $1,000s worth of donations that places get, and it carried our food pantry through the summer.
Nice.
It did. It got them rocking. We got them moving to the fall where they would start to pick up again.
Yeah.
And we still talk about it. And I know Ty's
we're going to do it again this year. Yeah.
When is that starting? When are you going to start doing that?
They did it in May, so
Yeah, we did it in
it'd
May.
be end of spring as you're going into the summer because that's the dry
I'll
stuff.
make sure that I get you information
Yeah,
for
give
sure,
me
man.
that. Yeah,
But it was
definitely.
really cool. So we went to shout out to Dottie's out in Dover. We wanted to shop local. You know what I mean? We wanted to go to a local grocery store
Right,
that's
right,
supplied
right.
with local stuff. That,
Yeah.
you go to like a Walmart, no diss on Walmart or anything like that, but it's an international
Yeah,
company.
yeah,
You know what I mean? The money that I spend there isn't going to affect York City.
Right, right.
It's not going to affect York County at all.
You can support
so
local
we went to
businesses.
Dottie's with 10, 12 of us, and we all got shopping carts. We all literally were just
Supermarket
dumping-
sweet.
Nice.
dumping shelves, man. It
Remember
got
that
to the
show?
point that the guys that were stocking the shelves were like, come to the back and get the stock in the back. Let them shelves alone.
Yeah, stop touching my stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, that's dope.
But dude, we ended up having to, so we donated between 4,000 and 5,000 pounds of food, and we ended up having to, we ran out of room in our box truck. We ended up having to give them basically the same amount of money that we spent to fill the box truck. So once they ran out of that food, they could basically get that donation again,
Okay.
and just to refill it. So
And one of the cool things about
It's
the
great,
food
man.
pantries is they can buy from Central PA Food Bank, they can buy from York County at a discounted price.
Right.
So money helps them get even more food
Yeah.
for,
Right, right.
for the food
yeah,
pantry.
you guys also collect clothing. I know we've come down.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That
and
you
picked
guys
up
came.
clothes.
We got a huge donation of clothing, which is awesome. We have a clothing room here at the church. It's free. People can come in and get what they need. We always need men's stuff. So if you got nice men's stuff and you're willing to donate, call the church office right here, Union Lutheran Church. Come on in, drop it off. We always need men's
I
stuff.
got some men's stuff.
There you go.
I can bring
Because
some stuff
I mean, here's the reality: women go through clothes a little faster
Yeah, yeah.
because they keep up with the styles. Us guys,
Yeah, we
at
can
least
throw-
some of us, I wear it till it's worn out, so
Right,
I don't
right,
always
right.
have as much.
Pastor
So
Joe,
you
I
gotta-
got work clothes and I got bed clothes. man.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's kind of how it
I
is.
got
I got
the
a couple
sweet-
outfits that you see me out if I'm
Yeah.
out doing something nice.
I got my
but-
sweet new hoodie now, but
Yeah.
I
yeah,
gotta give me
so
one. I
that's
don't got a hoodie yet.
Yes,
Uh-oh.
we do
Yeah.
gotta get you one, man. We do gotta-
but yeah, so if you got men's clothes, we'll take that. We have everything from little kids, infant clothing, up to coats, hats, all those things.
Yeah.
And we got this huge donation stuff that we couldn't necessarily use because it was the wrong season.
Mm-hmm.
And TC Bagger was willing to come with a couple of their pickup trucks, throw the bags out, take it out to Community Aid for us, where we have an account there, and we actually get 4 cents for every pound of clothing that gets taken
Right.
there. If they give us, you give them.
Yeah,
our
it was
name.
cool, man. They came out with
So-
shopping carts. Me and Glenn actually went out and came out here and filled our. We got big pickup trucks, man. And
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the bed of my pickup truck and the bed of Glenn's dually were overflowing with clothing,
Wow.
bro. It was. They come out with all these shopping carts, and we just filled. I don't know how many carts up with clothes.
That's what's up.
It's cool, man. But this is the kind of stuff that really get the juices flowing, man. Like, we were
Turkey
talking a little
juice.
bit before the episode started here. These kinds of things put it into perspective. I'll stand out here and freeze for hours because I'm fortunate enough. I get to go home and take a hot shower.
Right, right.
I get to fill my stomach with food in my pantry and tuck my kids into a warm bed. You know what I mean, with my loved ones. Not everyone out here is able to do that. So if like Todd said, if we can make a small scratch on that
Yeah,
today,
yeah.
you know what I mean, just today, let everyone put all your differences aside, all the worries, all the where am I going to get my meal, what am I going to do to stay warm, that kind of stuff. We were handing hoodies out this morning. Just come down and get a plate. You know what I mean? Let's just put that worry aside for one day at least.
Well, let me tell
You
you,
know what I
about.
mean?
I don't know if you got to meet them. Nick and Jory are here.
Okay.
They were talking with Ty earlier. Nick and Jory work for Friends and Neighbors Street Outreach here in
Yes,
the city.
I did see that. Yes,
And
I did see that.
they're here. They're part of 4 days a week. We open up the church in the afternoon with a group called York Cares. Anybody can come off the street, get warm, something to eat, drink. They can get mail delivered here. Just opportunities for people to be able to have a good spot to be during the day.
Right.
And Nick and Jory were Friends and Neighbors. Executive director is Robin, and she was able to get the funding to hire these two guys. They're out walking the streets all the time. They're going to the places they know the people are camping out and things like that. They provide cover for them, sleeping bags, 0-degree sleeping bags, the right clothing, socks, warmers, all those things. And then they meet with them in here when they come in during the week to help get them connected to the resources, get them the housing, the assistance, all those different things that they truly need to truly
I
make a
ran out of
difference.
business cards today. I was in the line, so I was a turkey dipper, but I was in line after the turkeys were done, handing out waters at the end of the line. And I don't know how many business cards I handed out of people asking for jobs. So if anyone out there is looking for employment, I can't guarantee employment for everybody, but we are always looking for good people. So it won't ever hurt to put an application in. And we also have resources that we can you know, if we feel that you're going to be a fit somewhere else in our circle, you know, we have a lot of people that we do business with, that we talk to, and that we, you know, we do stuff with the community with, that we can maybe get you something.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So,
It's what's awesome. I mean, we like to be a hub of resources.
absolutely.
And,
you know,
and bring
I may
people
not
in.
be able to help you, but I know someone who can.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's what it's about. And, you know, I'm surrounded by, you know, two really, really good people. So we heard a whole lot about Pastor Joe and what he's got going on.
Tell me about the football helmet.
Yeah, Wayne Scott. Introduce yourself,
it's just
man.
sitting there, right?
Yeah. Introduce yourself, bro.
So my name is Wayne Scott. Well, Sweeney now. I got my last name changed to. That's a whole other story that we really don't get into. But so for the last 10 to 12 years, I've been doing a lot of community work here in the city. I have a history here in the city. I was once one of the at-risk youth here in the city, so I decided to change my life around, experiencing some major losses in my life, and then creating different types of events. And I actually do a Thanksgiving dinner just like this, but it's at a church on the Parkway side of town, on the north side, Grace Lutheran. I actually do a Thanksgiving, but I canceled it this year to come here and be a part of this and support this. And I'm gonna have a Christmas event coming up, the 22nd.
Yeah, it's like a toy drive, right?
Yep, toy drive, food, and clothing.
Yeah,
So we put it all in one, and we're gonna do that in December. Besides that, I'm just a guy here trying to create change and help out where I can help out.
Yeah.
Part of that change is, as you see the helmet here, I took over as the president of the York Bears youth football program, and what we do is we have about 100 kids every year that we travel up to Harrisburg and the Central Penn area, Mid-Penn area to play football. So me taking over, I took over the program when it was rock bottom. We didn't have new helmets and shoulder pads, so I was kind of scrambling. Around to kind of see where I can get help. And just talking to you and Todd, TC Backer stepped in and was able to donate 100 helmets.
Wow.
So now we got 100 of those kids got brand new helmets to play in.
Yeah.
So thanks to, like you said, like we all helping each other.
Absolutely.
So I kind of made it clear that I was taking over. You kind of like, yo, how can we help?
Yeah.
And it all came together.
Yeah, and dude, that like, number one, it's so important. Youth sports. We had one of our very first episodes, episode 5, I think it was. It was our best episode that we ever had as far as views go. Right. All we talked about, we had Markey on, Chris Markey from To The T.
Yeah.
All we talked about was youth sports because of the importance, you know, building camaraderie, the brothership, you know, building that team energy, and you know, learning respect and learning, you know what I mean, having that structure in your life.
Right.
Accountability.
You know, getting kids off the streets, because kids that are bored and don't have supervision get in trouble.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Especially in the inner city areas. And I think just a lot of that is just because everyone's so close. You know what I mean? There's a lot going on that, you know, it's not, you know, out in the country where you got to walk 10 miles to get anywhere, to get to your friend's house, you know? You got a lot of people congregated in one area, and it has nothing to do with, you know, just bad people live in the city, because the city's a beautiful place, man. There's a lot of culture down here. There's a lot of good things that happen in here.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean? But, you know, the idea is youth sports to me is very important.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The only other thing that I can compare to youth sports is some kind of active duty.
Yeah,
Military or some sort. You know what I mean? Like I feel like just that fellowship that you get out of those two things, like you can't get it in a lot of other places.
Right.
That I've experienced in my life. You know what I mean? And it's just life-changing stuff. You know, some of the guys that you grow up with and play sports with, they're your brothers for life, man. You know what I mean? You'll never.
Definitely.
They know that you have their back no matter what. Because you have to rely on each other to build a good team.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially football. You know.
Oh, come on, man! I'm a baseball player. You got it.
Baseball, basketball, that kind of stuff. Like if you have a really good player on your team, you can do pretty good. You can do pretty good things. If you only got one good guy on a football team,
it don't work.
It don't work.
Yeah, you need more than that.
It don't work.
You need offensive line.
Yeah, man. You need
line.
everyone's got to work together as a unit. So. You know, this is special to us for sure, man. I'm just glad that we were able to help out. And
it's great.
You know, you kind of explained all the good that you do, man, but you really still didn't even touch it. You know, we try to give this guy as much credit as possible because he flies under the radar, man. I see all the stuff that you do. I know you are. But like, I've literally heard stories from other people about before you took over the football program. You didn't have kids. You do now. You know what I mean? But you know, you're going to pick up other people's kids and taking them to practice and like, you know what I mean? Like, dude, you don't have to do that. You know what I mean? There's plenty of other things that you'd probably rather be doing. I'm a sports dad. You know what I mean? So like, I know how much that takes. My daughter cheers. My son played basketball for a little bit, but you know, I have a lot of friends that are sports parents, and it's like, dude, that's a big commitment. You know what I mean? Like, you're doing that for kids that aren't even your kids.
You know, honestly, where that comes from for me, like I told you from the beginning, like even without me diving that deep into it, like I experienced like tragic losses that was close to me due to the inner city, due to the streets and kids taking the wrong route.
Right.
So for me, it's like, if I can get them to practice, that's a day that they're not running around. Potentially, even if they're not a troubled kid,
all it takes
you still
one
can come.
decision.
One decision.
One decision, man.
So if they're with me,
Or someone else's decision.
Right.
Or somebody else's decision.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Place,
So
wrong time.
I look at it like that. So if we got practice 5 days out of the week, that's 5 days, and then a game is on Saturday. That's 6 days. That you're involved with me and other like-minded people.
Right.
So I'm gonna come pick you up. I actually pick a kid up around the corner from here every day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I make sure he gets to practice.
Awesome. That's awesome.
But yeah, it just man, I always want to say thank you. I mean, I kind of, I always like reflect the attention off of me.
Yeah, I know.
Because I was a big advocate of businesses and companies and people stepping up to help.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because it's needed. You know what I mean? So when you guys step up like that, you wasn't there at the games to actually see the kids' faces when they get to see the new helmets and when we pass the helmets out. Yo, there's some of these kids that played in older helmets.
Right.
So now they got new helmets and.
Yeah.
Look, we have nobody to thank for that but TC Becker.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I always make it clear to them, but I wanted to bring that helmet up here to the show so we can show people like, yo, look, if it wasn't for you guys, we'd be out there playing with old helmets because who knows if we would have got sponsorships or donations to be able to do that. You know what I mean? So it ain't really always about me, and I want to make that clear because that's why I always kind of like. It's not me. That's why I took 100 episodes to get me
right.
here.
We talked about it before the show. Last thing that any of us want, especially, I can relate to that. You know what I mean? Because number one, me and Ty and Vic are really the people that are in the spotlight with a lot of the stuff.
Right.
Up to 600.
Up to 600. We just got the word. Up to 600 meals.
600 meals.
But so we're in the spotlight a lot of times, so I can 100% relate.
Right.
We don't do this for that.
Yeah,
you know
I
what
know.
I mean? Like,
right.
One of the coolest moments that I've had since working here, besides the community events that we do, we went out to a YBA dinner, right? And we actually got an award that I didn't even know existed.
Right.
For community service.
Right.
From the York Builders Association, we got recognized for an award for giving back to the community.
Right.
I didn't even know that award existed.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, they called us and like, we're sitting there amongst the team, like with tears in our eyes. You know what I mean? Because it's like,
that's awesome.
We had no idea that this was happening.
And you said it was recently?
This was just 2 months ago.
It's
you know what I mean? For last year's 2130 salute.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like, we didn't do that for that. You know what I mean? All these things that we're doing, like we're not doing it for any kind of recognition. We're doing it because it's the right thing to do.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because we can. And we have a leader, Ty, that continuously instills in us, like, look, you've got to do good things to get good results. You've got to give it back to keep getting it. You know what I mean? So
it's crazy that you mentioned that because I actually got a call about 2 weeks ago from the I don't want to say the wrong name, but I think it's the York Economics Alliance.
Yeah.
They do the magazine. So they're doing a story on me now.
Yeah.
So
awesome.
When the lady emailed me, I went into my But then I had to catch myself, and I'm saying that, and I want to say this live. Even though I'm like that a little bit, I'm breaking out of it because there's so much negative that gets put out there. Like, who am I to just back out all the positive stuff and not tell everybody about the good stuff that I'm doing? You know what I mean? I need to start coming to do interviews. We need to start talking to people like Joel and yourself. I mean, people that are actually doing stuff because you can inspire somebody else to do it. And then all the negative gets promoted. On the news, the social media.
No, you got to talk about the good.
Negative sells.
You got to talk about
negative sells, unfortunately. And
right.
If we fill everything with good, they're not going to have any room for the negative.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And like you said before, if people aren't out talking about this stuff, like the perfect example you gave before we went live, there could be someone sitting in the same boat that you or I have been in our lives.
Right.
That are like, you know what? I know what these guys did in their lives.
No,
if they can be like this now, so can I. How can I help?
I can change it around.
You know what I mean? How can I help?
Well, that's the other reason. That's the other reason you got to talk to people and tell people because that's how people want. That's how they get involved.
Yeah.
Right.
That's how they sponsor. That's how they want to send stuff and be involved. And so I get it. If you hold back, you're humble. But I had to learn the same thing. I always wanted to, when I talk, even though I know it's all about me, I try to. No, just kidding.
I get you though. I get it.
So you deflect from yourself, but you deflect it onto your people.
Yeah.
And the stories, and you
Right.
got to really, you bring it up. I'm excited because, I mean, who knows? A few years, maybe these guys are working for TC Bank.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Because it's building that
Absolutely,
connection, it's,
Right.
it's building that commitment, it's building accountability, and all of a sudden now they're going to be, hey, I can be part of this company that did this, and I can have a living and a way to
Yeah,
survive.
I want to help people.
Remember I told you guys about the note. I don't know if I was live. Was we live when I was talking about how I was writing notes down and I don't.
No.
All right, so he didn't hear that part. So a part of what I do sometimes is like I have like a little notepad and I jot stuff down or I'll put it in my notes in my phone and I won't execute on it till I know I can do it fully or I got the real backing to do it. So even with that, like, so TC Backer came in and sponsored these helmets, 100 helmets. So our midget program is 12 and 13-year-olds. So who's to say next year, 2 years down the line, we can take 2 of these guys that might be interested in doing roofing and have them shadow you.
Yeah,
Yep.
You know what I
absolutely.
mean? And they can shadow you. So that's 2 kids in the inner city right there, or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 10 of them.
Yeah.
That might say, look, we're gonna just come over there and see the day-to-day
Right.
stuff that you guys do.
Right.
Get out on the truck with a couple of y'all and kind of
Yes.
because everybody's not being realistic. Everybody's not going to the NFL.
No.
You know what I mean? So the reality
You can
is,
make a living and have a nice life.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
And I
Working
can
for
tell
these
you
guys.
right now, working for us, you're not going to have time to get in trouble.
Exactly. You got a lot of work for it, right?
Yeah. If you can come here, you can make a good living, and you
Right.
will not have time to get in trouble
Right.
on the streets and do that stuff. So,
Definitely.
This is my fancy glass.
yeah.
This was holding the coffee stirs. So
Oh, nice.
Okay.
I threatened a lot of lives. I said, don't steal
Yeah,
my
make sure you
glass.
get back.
Nah. So, Wayne, number one, the year 2007.
Yes.
In your life, why is that important to you, man?
That's the year that I told you about the tragic situations. My little cousin Ricardo Boo Banks, who I do the Trey and Boo Classic basketball tournament after. So his nickname was Boo. So Trey and Boo, whatever. So I was actually with him. I was actually on. Remember I told you I was involved with the negativity, so I was on parole. I was on state parole at the time. So me and him and a couple other guys were all together. They ended up dropping me off at home, and he left me. His last words to me was, "Cuz I'll be right back for you." And he went around the corner and got killed. So that's the last thing that I had for him. But he was a basketball player. And
He was a good basketball player.
Good basketball player. Played football and all that. He played 2-sport athlete the whole way through school. But that he was killed in 2007, and I was still involved in the negativity. So I had to take that moment right there to be like, look, this is an actual good guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he
Yeah.
wasn't perfect, but he was a good guy.
Yeah. Here I am still
I'm
standing
the
there.
bad guy.
Right.
What am I here for? Like, why wasn't that me versus him? So I had to I start questioning stuff like that, and I wanted to do that to change my life around, but also honor him.
Right.
Yeah.
So it took me a couple years to kind of like feel, because all I knew was
Right.
negativity. So
Right.
it took me a few years to get myself together and realize, okay, this is how I'm gonna do it. So around 2009 hit, I created the Trey and Boo Classic. He was a basketball player. I wanted to make a basketball event, keep it here in New York City, don't take it outside of the city,
Right.
and show that I can put an event together in remembrance of him,
Yeah.
and kind of like bring everybody together
Yeah.
in a positive light.
And this past year was 10 years.
This past year was 10 years.
Yeah, man.
10 years.
That's-
you know what I mean?
that's
So,
awesome.
Yeah, and it's that from there forward, it just was like, actually before that event, I did Stop the Violence rallies. They brought out like 400 or 500 people. You know what I mean? Because there was a lot of violence going on. So people knowing that I was, a part of the negative stuff, it was kind of easy for me to say, okay, if this guy understands, and now he's changing his life around. Let's see what he's talking about. So I did them events, and
Right.
we actually did some dope things. We actually brought like caskets in from funeral homes, you know what I mean? To give people that feeling when you walk up to a casket and you see, you seen your loved one in there before, like, okay, like walk up to it again now. So you can have that feeling again, so you don't have to go through it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like get those feelings over and over again, so you can kind of try to avoid that. So
Right.
those are some of the events I did, as well as the like I said, the Thanksgiving, Christmas. I did a lot, man. Like I don't want to go through my whole resume, but
Yeah.
it's
You
just
do,
a lot.
You
but
do a lot, man.
But
You do a lot, and you fly under the radar a lot too.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
And that's how like I personally know.
Yeah.
I've known you for a little bit of time. We
Right,
got
right.
connected a couple years ago, but I don't like personally know
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah, right,
but
right.
I know enough about you and have talked to you and had enough conversation with you
Right.
that I know why you do these
Yeah,
things.
yeah,
I
yeah,
know
yeah,
you do them
for
for the
sure.
right reasons. Has
Yeah.
nothing to do with anyone knowing that you do
Right,
it.
right.
You know what I mean? So, and you do make an impact.
Yes,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? So, just thank you for everything you do, man.
Thank you
know
guys
what
for
I mean?
recognizing. I do want to say thank you for recognizing that, because, like I said, like trying to stay in the shadows at the end of the day, it's not good.
Yeah.
It don't do
What
nobody
I
no
tell
benefit.
you earlier, man.
You know what I mean? Like,
You know?
yeah, and I'm learning, and I'm learning that.
You're not being
I'm
humble,
learning
you're
that.
hiding, man.
I'm learning
You know?
that.
And there is a level.
Yeah, yeah.
There is a balance to that.
Right,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? But when you sacrifice so much to do the things that you do, man, tell people about it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Honor those achievements, because you being out in the public and honoring those achievements may be the trigger that someone else sees to say, dude, I want to help him.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
He's inspiring me right now. I want to help him.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
And then even outside of that, you can't hide for so long in New York City.
Right. Yeah.
absolutely,
big.
man.
They know who I
It's really not,
am.
man.
You walk over to an event, somebody knows who you are.
Yes.
So
Yes.
it's only so much.
Absolutely,
But man, I just want to say, man, I hope we continue events like this, man. And even even events on a smaller scale. Like
Right.
we need to keep it going year round and collaborate and do
Yeah.
stuff like I said, like I cancel my event. Not that big, not because I can't do it, but if I can show up here and promote this on my social media and be a part of this, come and do an interview and stuff like
Right.
that. It shows. Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Let's collaborate. Let's
Exactly.
collaborate.
Yeah.
Do it here at the church.
Yes.
Keep it here at the church.
Yes.
Go to the new location, make two.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
how's that? That's going to be
Yeah.
dope.
Yeah.
That's
I
gonna
mean,
be dope.
the sky's the limit, man. Ty says that saying all the time.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm such a believer in that saying over the last 4 years since I met him. He's literally the most ambitious person I've ever met in my life. You know
Ty's
what
the
I mean?
man, man.
Like,
No, he's got a vision. He goes for it.
he
Yes.
really does,
Yes.
dude. And you know, one of the things that I took away from our trip to Orlando that he brought us to, if it's worth doing, do it all in.
Right, right.
Go
Yeah,
all
all in.
in on it. You know, that way, if you know, no matter what, if you fail, you learn from it. Number one, and you know that you at least tried your best. Doing
Right,
it, you know what I
right.
mean? But that man don't fail, bro.
Yeah.
That man don't fail. I tell you that.
Be like Ty. Be like Ty.
like Ty.
That's right.
We gotta get a shirt made. Be like
I know,
Ty.
right? Nah, he does a lot of really good things, man. He's very inspiring, and you know, he's got a whole troop of people behind him, the TC Backer team, that will literally follow him into anything.
And he got me behind him, and I'm pretty sure he got Joel behind him too.
For sure. He's got a lot of people behind him. You know what I mean? And,
Well, that's
and we
another
can
thing.
keep growing the team, man.
Yeah.
There's more people out there. I know there's more people out there watching right now that can do something, that can
Right, right.
contribute something to
Definitely.
you know, to help, because it takes a village, man, and we're nowhere near done.
Right.
You know what I mean? But we've come too far to stop.
This
so.
is just getting started. This is
Absolutely. Absolutely. So you talked about the Trey and Boo, which is an amazing tournament. Which is that? When does that happen?
That's always the last weekend in June.
Last weekend in June. So so I know Wayne has a couple different sponsorship levels. He's always looking for companies to sponsor on different levels, you know. And if you ever need to get in touch with him, you know, get in touch with him. He's Wayne Sweeney on Facebook.
Yep.
The Trey and Boo Classic has a Facebook page.
Yep, the Train Book Class.
so-
If you type it in, you Google it, it'll pop up.
Yeah, so you can hop on there and get any kind of information if you want to help, if you want to participate, if you want to be a team,
Yep.
you want to get a team together for it.
Vendors.
TC
and not
Backer
only
team.
that, you guys
Yeah.
do a football one too.
Yep, so I do a football event. It's kind of the same, sadly, but this is kind of the same story. But this one was my nephew was killed in a home invasion back in December of 2015. So I do a football event in the same mode as the Train Bull.
Right.
And I do this flag football. I do it over at by Quantas Lake. It's Noonan Field.
Yep.
So I do that over there as well. We have vendors come out, and it's like a big festival with sports.
When do you do that?
That's always the second weekend in August.
Okay.
So I got so June is the Train Bull. August, July is my birthday. I kind of take it off. But actually, I did. Actually, I wasn't.
Your
No,
month, man.
actually, I couldn't take it off this past year because I got talked into doing a youth tournament. So
There you go.
this past year was the first year I did the youth tournament. So now, June, July, and August, I'm locked in on sporting
That's
events.
awesome, man.
So I'm real big on sports, man. It's kind of easy for me, and I know the impact that it has, like we talked about.
Right.
So, but without even outside of that, I want to be involved with. I want to do more collaborations, like Joel talked about.
Yeah, let's get together, man.
February. I mean, we want to jump in and help with that.
Yeah.
March can come around, we might do something else.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I mean, May.
Yeah.
You got the, So I
Absolutely.
want to be involved with more stuff like that.
TC Backer definitely wants to help with the toy drive, and
Yes,
there's
yes.
there's constantly stuff that we can do to help these kids and help
Yeah.
not even just the kids, man. You know, I mean that's where it starts, in my opinion, because that's our future. You know
Right,
what I mean? Sometimes it's easier to head up the younger guys, because if you can instill it in them, then they're going to instill it in theirs as they grow older and
Definitely,
that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So sometimes it's a little harder to instill that in some of the older generations, but you know, to help out anyone, man, there's so much room to help in New York City, man.
Well, let me tell you. I mean, at events like this, like you said, it's not just about here's some food. Like we do National Night Out. We do Juneteenth. We do National Coming Out Day. We do a whole bunch of different stuff. We'll shut down the street just like this, block party type stuff, and it's not just. I mean, it's about building community.
Right.
Trade Move Classic downtown. I mean, a lot of people are scared to go to Penn Park, right?
Yeah.
But it's proven that no, Penn Park is amazing stuff happens there.
Right.
Absolutely.
You got the multicultural festivals. You got the Pride event. You got Trade Move Classic. You got tons of stuff going on down there, and it's not just about here's a plate of food. It's about the community is something to be proud of, something to be celebrated, something to come together and see each other.
And it's done by New York City, and we keep it here in New York City.
Right.
So that's why it
That's
was so
the big thing, right?
like
there.
when you said that about moving it, I'm just sitting here. I was glad he answered that.
and honestly,
I was
if
coming
that's
right behind you.
a possibility to build
I was coming
this
right
like
behind
that,
you.
let's do it, man.
Yes,
You know what I mean? But my idea is like, let's make it so big we have trouble fitting
Well,
everyone.
that's what I'm
man.
saying.
Like,
when you get big, you get multiple locations.
yeah,
Exactly.
that's a
Yep.
great
Because,
idea, man.
because
That's a
people
great
can't.
idea.
I mean, just part of the reality is it's hard for people to walk. And
Yeah.
so,
Yeah.
a mile and a half the other side of town, a lot of those people aren't walking here.
They can't come over here.
for this.
Right.
You do it there, then maybe you got one up at Grace Lutheran. I know exactly where it is. We're at Lutheran Church here. You got one on the north side now. And then you got to do one down South Queens somewhere. You got one on South Queens. So,
Yeah.
I mean, you can get big and still be
keep
right
it in
here
here.
and
Yeah.
actually help more people than doing something big farther away.
Yeah.
You go to the
That's very
fairgrounds,
true.
these people aren't
People
walking
from
there.
all
Yeah.
east is not
No,
walking way over there.
That's very true.
So
that's a
that's-
very
that's
good
a-
point. And see, that's why you need a team to do these
Exactly.
things. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Because these guys are in here doing these events all the time. We come in here for a few things here and there. You know what I mean? These guys are doing these things. They're in here all the time.
But that's why
it takes a team.
Yeah, it takes a team, but it's also being open-minded and willing to collaborate with people that are already here putting their hands on the ground.
Don't
their feet on the ground.
duplicate, collaborate.
Yeah, collaborate. Let's just do it all together. So for example, me cancel on my event next year. It's going to be one big event, but I have my own location.
Yeah.
He can have his own location.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
The south side of town, the east side of town. We got 4 locations next year, and it
Let's do
will
it.
and it will be easy.
Yeah.
Because there's so many
We
different
may
people.
not have to do 60 turkeys here.
Right, yeah.
Yeah,
Just
you
spread
know
it
what I
out.
mean? We may just be able to do 30 here, 30 there, and 30 there,
Yep.
and we may be good.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And
Look, 100,
just get a
We better
representative.
say
at each
40.
play. Yeah.
yeah.
Listen.
Because if the turkey's out, well, I've been here and I didn't get any. I mean, it's gonna be the
Yeah, I
saddest
didn't
day
get
in the
it
world.
but
I know, right? And listen, maybe at one of those locations
We could blame
start
Todd.
to
We could blame
experiment with
Todd.
the mashed potato balls that we were
I
talking
know.
about.
Hey, shh, don't tell anyone. That's our new thing.
No, but it's literally been it's been such a great day, man. I was telling Ty the other week we were riding in here to meet Pastor Joel to talk about some of the setup and everything, and I was like, dude, 2 years ago I used to look forward to Thanksgiving Eve to go out and drink with all my friends and everything.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even have that thought on my mind anymore.
Right.
Like,
You
I
wanna go
look
home
forward,
after
dude,
this.
I want to go home and get in my bed, take a
Yep.
shower, and chill with my girl.
Yep.
But I look forward to this every year. The team looks forward to this every year. And we couldn't do it without all the. I'm looking at all these people, man.
Yeah.
That's what's so
Like,
impressive to
dude,
me. Is
right,
all
right.
your guys are here, families here,
And they love it, man.
Yeah.
They love it.
Look,
You
I
know what mean?
I
Like,
walked over here planning on jumping in line to help somewhere. And
Yep.
It was already covered.
Yeah, dude.
I just had to come to
Yeah.
the interview.
and that's I mean, it's fortunate but unfortunate. You know,
Yeah.
maybe that's why we need to do a couple locations
Right,
because
right.
we have so many people
That wanna be
that want to
involved.
come
Wanna
in
be
and help,
involved,
and it's
yep.
like, guys, I want to let you help, but
Kinda
we don't really
covered.
have anything
Yeah.
for you to do. Just stand here and look good and tell people Happy
Right.
Thanksgiving.
Right.
Advertise. Wear the hoodie and advertise.
Right.
I still didn't get my hoodie yet. I don't know where it's at.
We got to get you one. Man. We got to get you one for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, they're all shutting down now. I think we're completely out of food. We served over 600 people today.
Yeah.
It's just amazing, man. It's amazing.
I think we did 350 last year.
We got
so-
David Bruno standing behind the scenes here from Local IQ in a turkey suit. Yeah. So David, come on in here, man. Come on in here. You can pop in. We can
I'm
sit
gonna go.
you in
I'm gonna
here.
go say hi to my kids.
All right, brother.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank
for
you all
allowing
for
us to have
watching.
this.
Thank you. Thank
Hey
you,
man, we
Thank you.
get together.
Definitely, sure.
Gobble gobble.
You guys remember David Bruno? We've had him on here for, I don't know, 3, maybe 4.
Gobble, gobble, gobble.
I don't know.
Gobble, gobble.
My man's here in a turkey suit today.
Gobble, gobble,
love
gobble.
it.
Gobble, gobble.
I love it.
That's all he's
I
gonna
love
say.
it. I know, right?
Ask him something
He's
else.
in character, man. He's in character. He's in character. So we've had fun here today, man. Wait, you know, in a couple sentences, man, how can you explain today?
Well, besides gobbling, which I was gobbling a couple times, this has been fantastic. I mean, you know, got to come around here and do this for the first time around, second time around. Obviously, this gets better each time. I mean, obviously, the way the community turned out, the way the team turned out. I mean, this has been a really good day. I mean, I'm glad to participate with this thing every time. Yeah.
Yeah,
Looking forward to more of
We're gonna
these.
keep doing this. We're gonna do this every year, man.
We're planning on growing it next year.
Oh yeah. Yeah. We were just
Different size of
talking
camera.
to Joel, and you know, I've been telling people like, man, I want to make it so big we got to go to the fairgrounds, and they're like, no. You know, the guys that are actually in the community and do these events all the time, they're like, dude, instead of taking it into one big event on the opposite side of town that we're gonna keep all the East End people from being able to participate. Let's do multiple locations.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Let's do one on the
got
east
the
end, one here,
volunteers
maybe one
to
on
do
the
that.
north side. You know, just fry up 20 or 30 turkeys at each place.
That's a nice way of
That
doing
way
it.
people
I mean,
don't have to travel too far.
Yeah, you don't have to travel too far.
You know what I mean?
This could
And
be for this neighborhood. You got them for each neighborhood.
I can tell you, we got the people to do it.
You got it. You got
We
it.
do.
For sure.
We got the people to do it for sure. We got the means to do it.
We'll have to plan a little bit earlier. That's it.
Yes. Yes.
That's
for
all.
Sure.
That's all you have to do.
For sure. But
well, it definitely seems like the city's on board with you.
Oh,
Yeah,
for
You know,
sure.
doing this stuff.
For
That's
sure.
great.
For sure, man.
And each location can be different. Like this could be outside. Like I told you, I do my Thanksgiving event, but mine is always indoors at the church.
Right.
So mine could still be indoors. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It could all be one.
Yeah.
But we have different locations on one flyer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And people could pick and choose where they go to.
Absolutely, man.
Mhm.
You know, that's a great idea. That's a great idea. I can't wait to get in the war room with all the minds of TC Backer and start talking about that.
Yeah.
I know as soon as we get done here, we're going to be focusing on the home show. It's going to be home show, because we got that coming up. We got the York and the Gettysburg one coming up. So I'm not even going to go into details on that because I'm going to annoy you guys over the next 15 weeks of home show stuff. But you know, I can't wait to get back with some of the ideas. You know, because every time we do these things, you know, we all get to sit in a group together and kind of talk about everything that happened and, you know, what could we have done differently. You know,
Right.
last year we learned we didn't bring enough food.
Yeah,
Number
yeah.
one, we got to bring more food. So this year we brought enough to feed 600 people, and I don't know what time it is right now, but what time is it?
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock, and we're out of food. So maybe next year we need to feed 800.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
More than that. We're gonna go more than
you know,
that.
let's, you know, maybe 600 at each location.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But ideally, let's get it to the point that at 6 o'clock we're trying to figure out where we're going to take the leftovers.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So that people can have Thanksgiving meals tomorrow too.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a staple in York County by the time we're done with it. For
Definitely,
sure.
definitely.
For sure. You know, everyone's going to come in, and like Ty was saying, you know, at some point in time, he's looking to put a billboard up. You know, like maybe start September, put a billboard up for as you're
Let
coming
everybody know about
in
this
any
thing.
any
Any
highway
entrance.
you come
Yeah,
into
yep.
York, you know, you see
You see it. Yep.
21 turkey salute. You know
Nah,
what I mean?
that's
So
dope.
maybe put some on 83 and 30. And,
That's good. That's good.
you know, let people know. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like you know, York County, we do things to support each other.
And we do
got
things
us.
together. We do
Yes.
things together,
Yes. You come here, you're a member of this community. We got your back,
Yep.
no matter what. You know what I mean? And you know, just the people that are involved, the things that you do for the community, the youth and everything. There's a lot of really good people here, man.
Yeah, it is,
really
it is.
There's a lot of really good people, and not just the people that are down here volunteering.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know that you know of a lot of people
Right.
that are involved in a lot of things in the community that we're not here today.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I
for
mean?
sure.
So like, there's constantly stuff going on. Like Pastor Joel said, there's stuff that we can do year round.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Clothing donations, you know, food drives.
Mm-hmm.
There's constantly people that need help in the community. So
For sure.
we're capable of doing it. What's our time at, Vic? we're there. All right, so we're about out of time here, guys. 100 episodes.
We gotta get Todd back in.
Yeah, we
man.
got to get Ty back in here.
Gotta get
Ty,
Todd
come
back
back in here, bub.
Real quick.
Real quick.
And me, I was glad to be. I was
Yeah,
glad to be
real
here
quick.
with you
We're
guys
wrapping
again.
up here.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I
definitely.
mean? Thank you for being the leader that you are, and I know that you can't do this without us, but we really can't do this without you either, man. Like
Right
for
on.
real. You know,
Listen.
you inspire all of us to do these things.
Listen,
man.
you
know what I
guys
mean?
are just dumb enough to like follow. Okay, that's all it is. I mean, thank you for co-signing my shit.
Yeah.
Dude, we're
Like
I'm going
seriously,
to forever.
like listen,
forever.
everybody, look at the smiles out there.
I know,
look at
man.
those people.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. I've been sitting
What's
back here telling
incredible-
them, it's like, dude,
what's-
just looking and seeing this, man.
It is. It's incredible. It's the team. It's the camaraderie. It's the fellowship that we've created, and you've been a big, huge part of that, and that success of that camaraderie.
Right. No, I appreciate
You
that,
know what I
man.
mean? It's not. we don't want it to be a place where you got to go to work and just collect a paycheck. It's all about culture.
Definitely.
man.
You know what I mean? It's about the culture we're trying to develop, and that doesn't happen overnight. And God, how lucky are we to have everybody? Everybody was here.
Yeah.
And I think we only had to send 3 people out to work. They had to sacrifice, take one for the team this morning.
Yeah.
And they were
had to
here
go
by
out-
10 a.m.
Yes, and they were here by 10 a.m. Super excited. Vic, you know, the culture that we've all, like, the newest hires, like, and you know, that's what we hire on.
Absolutely,
You know, we
man.
don't really care what your skill set is.
Yeah.
Who are you?
Yeah.
Right.
Who are you? We can
Right.
train everything else.
Absolutely,
Right.
yes.
But you can't
Do
train.
you have the things that I can't
Yes,
train?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah, yeah.
You know what I
yes,
mean?
exactly.
Yeah.
Like, do you have integrity?
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Are you honest? Are you loyal?
Right.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because we can train everything else because our system's different than anything
Yes.
else you've ever done before.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Things are a little
Absolutely.
bit backwards, but this is what works for us.
Right.
You know what I mean? And honestly, this is why we have the culture
Absolutely.
that we have. The first
For
one
sure,
of these
man.
that we did 3 years ago, we put that roof on out there in Lancaster, okay? There's no regrets
No.
whatsoever for that, okay? We were scared, we were terrified. Can we swing it? Can we do this? Because we didn't ask for anything, we just did it. You know, GAF didn't pay for the shingles, GAF didn't pay for the labor. It's something that we did, okay? And if I had one little bit of regret, and I don't, was that we didn't do it in York County. But I think that opened our eyes then.
For sure,
Right,
man.
right.
You know what
For
I mean?
sure.
It was like, dude, we need to.
Do you remember our guys that were on the site that didn't know that we were doing it for free?
Right.
As soon as they found out, they're like, I don't want to pay today.
Yes.
I don't want to pay today.
For sure.
I want to.
Wow.
I want to donate my time. And
Yeah.
like, that's the guys that
Yeah,
we
that's
have
dope.
working here,
Yes,
man. And like,
yeah, man.
You know,
That's
I
dope.
And
the
that's
last
what
the last
attracted everybody.
right. Absolutely.
But, so we
Our
started.
culture.
Joel said, "Look, you guys can hold this thing here." So we're like, "Okay, let's focus over here, so then we can make a dent in this thing
Right.
Yeah.
instead of spreading ourselves so thin and giving ourselves everywhere and not making an impact
Yeah.
anywhere."
Right,
You know
right,
what I mean?
right.
Let's
Yeah.
focus.
That makes
let's-
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, instead of doing 30 different $1,000 donations where they're going to be through it in a week,
Right, right.
Yeah.
you know, let's do it 30,000 in one place.
One
and
place.
They're there all year, then
Yes.
they can distribute
Yes.
amongst all their
Exactly.
things, all their
Yes.
resources.
Yeah, man.
You know?
Yeah.
So, you know,
this
one,
is-
Well, it's
one of the
amazing.
things-
It's amazing the interaction you have from your team and everybody on there.
yeah, dude.
Yeah, man.
And then
it really is, man.
yeah,
We honestly, we come, I mean, this is 100 episodes we've been talking about this. And
Yeah,
like,
man.
we don't make this up. The
No.
last girl that I interviewed someone that was potentially going to be hired and everything. I teared up in the interview because I was telling her, like, I went through some times while I worked here,
Right.
and like, I get paid to go to my happy place, Wayne.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
this is
exactly.
my happy place,
Right,
bro.
right,
Like, I
right.
get paid to come here.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, how many people get to say that other than athletes and actors?
Yeah.
Right.
And musicians and stuff. Like, how fortunate am I that I get paid to come here and this is
Right.
my happy place, man.
Yes.
Right.
Like, it's crazy.
Yeah,
I get
that's
up
not
every
how-
day and I'm like, man, I'm going to work to see my boys today.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I
Like,
mean?
loving
Like,
what you
that's
do.
my family.
Yeah.
loving
Almost
what
like
you
a
do and the
hangout.
people
Yeah,
you're there
dude,
with.
that's
This,
what I'm saying.
I mean, that's more than half the battle right there.
Absolutely,
You know,
man.
absolutely.
If you enjoy what you do, it's never
You
you'll
never work.
Yes,
You'll
that's
never
right.
work a day in your life.
That's
if you
right.
love what you do, man, you'll never work a day in
That's
your
right,
life.
and that's the atmosphere we're trying to
Yes.
create. You know, we're already planning for like what we're going to do next. They talked about how we did the food drive. Pastor Joel was telling me that it carried him through. And he was like, "Are you guys going to do it again in May?" We're like, "Absolutely, we're going to do
Yeah.
it because we're making a dent here."
Yeah.
Yes.
We are
We're
making,
making
an impact.
a difference.
We're making a difference.
Yeah,
Yes.
man.
Yeah.
So that's what it's really all about, and that everybody is involved with it. Like, and that's the thing. Like, we try to get everybody involved because this, when they go back to work on Monday or Tuesday, man, we're all going to be high for like the next 30 days.
Still gonna
Yeah.
be talking about it. Yep.
Like
Yep.
for real.
Yep.
Like, I don't know if it's like that spiritual high or just that warm fuzzy that we're all searching
Yeah.
for to
Yeah.
feel like we're a part of something
Yes.
big.
This
Right.
is why we're doing this today.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like
Right.
this, you know, when you're going out and you know that you got to go, you know, install rubber on this flip that
Yes.
is just gonna suck.
Yeah.
Let's face it, roofing sucks.
Yeah,
sometimes.
for sure.
You know, but when you're out there, you're like, you know what? I know why I'm doing this.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know what this is going towards. I know what we're doing this for.
Absolutely,
So
man.
it really makes it.
It
It
is.
really
It's
makes
good
it
stuff.
awesome. So make sure that you get us some information because he does a toy drive for Christmas and stuff, and
All right.
and food and clothing and that stuff.
Let's do
So
this.
make sure you get us the information between yourself, us,
Yes.
Pastor Joel. Like
Yep.
we can make a difference here,
Oh, yeah.
man. You know, we
And
made a
are.
difference today.
Yeah, we're making a difference.
Yes, for sure.
And they made a
Not
difference
every
here.
time.
And they made a
Yes,
big difference
and
here,
here.
man.
I mean,
Awesome.
That's a big
Yeah,
difference.
I'm grateful for that too, man.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
For real.
honestly, I forget about it. A lot
Yeah,
of
like,
times, man.
I'm
Not even trying to be disrespectful.
I ain't gonna let you.
but
I'm not
like,
gonna. I ain't gonna let you. I'm gonna
Right,
let you
Yeah,
forget.
Right.
thank you for that because
Yeah,
I'm
keep
glad
it.
because like he said sometimes we forget
Yeah.
and then we look at each other like months will go by from now, and it's like, dude, we're due for something.
Yeah.
Like you just start feeling like we got to do something.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
You know, it's time again. There's too much going on in my personal life.
Absolutely.
I got to remove me for a minute and
Right.
focus on somebody else.
Yeah,
Yes,
I was
definitely.
telling Glenn, I was over here handing out, and it's like, you know, the thing that I get out of this, there's some days that I just think that, man, poor Chris.
Yeah.
Poor Chris.
Poor Chris.
And then you just stand here for a little bit, and it's like,
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
my
yeah.
problems ain't even this
nothing.
big, dog.
Yeah.
It's
For
nothing.
real.
You know what I mean?
For real.
Poor Chris.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He
For
had a bad day at work today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
Nothing.
we love all you guys, man. Thank
Yes.
you guys for being so consistent and loyal and watching us for 100 episodes.
Yes.
You know, any new viewers, anyone watching this on the replay, 21 turkey salute.
Yep.
We deep fried 60 turkeys today.
Yeah, man.
I don't even know how many pounds of mashed
We
potato
actually
corn
did
stuffing.
64 turkeys.
64 turkeys.
Yeah, there was
For
4
sure.
more donated.
Awesome,
Nice. Yeah,
awesome.
so we
We
did
fed over
64.
600 people.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone.
And again, thanks for letting me participate in this today, and you know, continuing to see you guys
Yeah.
and being
Right
here
on.
for episode 100.
Yes.
This is fantastic.
Thank
Just
you
taking
for
part in this
everything you
tonight.
do.
Thank you guys, man.
Yeah.
Thank you. We
Yeah.
appreciate
Thank
it.
you, brother.
Thank you.
I want to
appreciate
200
you, man.
episodes. Next.
Yeah, right, right. Another 100?
Another 100. Another 100. I'm coming back for 200.
That's only 2 years from now.
Right.
That's not bad.
No.
It's not bad.
That's right.
Let's see what we can accomplish in that 2
right,
years,
man.
man.
Not
As a
enough.
community, we can do a lot of things, man. So if anyone wants to help, wants to participate in anything that Wayne does,
Yes.
and anything that Pastor Joel does, you guys know how to get a hold of them.
That's
Wayne
right.
Sweeney on Facebook. He does the Trambu. He does the Blick football tournament. He's the president of the New York Bears Football Association.
Nice.
Pastor Joel, you with Union Lutheran.
Go Bears.
Go.
And, you know,
Yes,
he
sir.
runs the well, the food pantry. If anyone wants to help participate in any of that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
you know how to get a hold of us.
real.
We could use the help, and you know, let's make a difference, man.
Yep, let's
We'll
make
see
a
you
difference.
guys next Wednesday for episode 101
Yes.
of Behind the Tool Belt with TC Backer Construction. I have no
101.
idea what we're doing, but we'll be back in studio. Everyone, what's that? Roofers in Recovery. That's right.
that's right.
We got
That
Roofers in
Eric.
Recovery coming
Yes,
on.
yes.
They are a national group
Yes.
of roofers that are in recovery.
That's right. That help
because
one another.
the stigma of construction workers in general, but especially roofers, we're just a bunch of drunks, uneducated drug addicts.
That's right.
Oh.
No, we're not.
And no,
We're
no,
changing the industry.
we're really not.
Right.
We're really
We
not. But this group of people, just to touch on them real quick, they are a hotline and a resource for anyone out there that is struggling with addiction.
Yes.
Anything in their life, man.
Yeah, man.
I'm telling you right now, I know for a fact these people care about you.
Oh, yeah.
And they're there for you and will help you through any kind of struggles in your life. And a lot of times, man, you're talking about men in the industry. It's hard for us to ask for help sometimes.
right.
We got to be the guys that can't show emotion. We can't. It's
right.
not. It's
Yeah.
not right for us to cry. It's not
Right,
right, for
right.
us to
Right.
say, "Help me, I need
Yep.
help." You know,
Right.
Yep.
these guys are there for you. Make sure you guys tune in next week because
Yeah,
that's going to be a
next week
really,
will
really
be-
good
it will be a
episode.
good one.
Really good
Yes.
episode. So everyone have a safe and happy Thanksgiving. We love you guys. Thank you guys for supporting us and making this possible. We'll see
TC
everyone
Backer,
after
support
the
TC Backer.
holidays, man.
Yes.
Right.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you.